All right. Good morning, afternoon, evening. I am live. And, the first thing I want to talk about is why I didn't do anything on Monday. I only made my podcast on Tuesday, and that's it. So I haven't really made any content aside from streaming, making a couple of TikToks that had nothing to do with crypto, some controversial stuff at least. And so what's been going on? I have been busy. What's up, Slice of Butter? And hello, everybody coming in. Here's the deal. Oh man, inflation is killing my business. The business that you guys know that this is a side thing that I do. I'd love for it to be a full-blown business that makes me money for my family, that I can provide for my family in that way. But the business that I have that has been sustaining, my family for several years, inflation's killing it. And the reason why inflation is killing me right now is because I specialize in a ton of micro transactions, not micro transactions, but like I will do like one. Here's an example. One piece of inventory that I order on a regular basis. Like I'll sell about 100 of those of that item a month, and the price of that item has increased about 30%. But then on the opposite side of that, it's I'm not really able to get much more of a return off of that. And the price of shipping has gone up significantly as well. And so I'm getting squeezed out. Let's say I made $2 profit for $100 items, 100 of one item per month. That's been squeezed down to like 30 cents profit for 100 of those items. And so I am laboring right now to totally revamp my business, to change it from 100 micro gains to 10 big gains, so that if my margin is cut down, if it was cut down by $2, that's more sustainable for a product, for items that um I can handle a $2 blow. But a $2 blow, when I'm making $2 per product, and getting cycling through thousands of products a month, that's gonna just crush me. What's going on with inflation right now? So yeah, inflation's terrible. But anyway, hello Devin, hello Trump Rules, hello Smoke Sun, Albert, hello again Slice of Butter. I have to uh get that taken care of. And in fact, I'm excited about it because I realized that, hey, you know what? I could really, man, I could make more this way. So yeah, let's see. Richard, let's see. Nice to see you again. Sorry to hear about your business. I hope you find a solution, stay profitable. Thank you. Let's see where you see us heading in the market in your opinion. And let's see, sad to hear that. But yeah. Adapting, being innovative. That's the name of the game. One thing that I've really benefited from with being self-employed is there's a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, a plan E, a plan F, G, H, I. There's always things I can do to adapt. So, all right, Musa, I would recommend listening to my most recent podcast. I do talk about it in depth in the podcast, but yeah, I'll be happy to share some of those things. But yeah, look for World War Bitcoin podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you may listen to your podcasts. So I did not mean to do that. Okay, so we're at $38,000 right now. We had to move up to $39,000 earlier today for Bitcoin, and it seemed a little bit hopeful that maybe. I never say hello to you, Yvonne. What? I've said hello to you. I'm sure I have. I mean, there's no reason why I would not say hello to you. So I hope you don't take it personal. But all right. So all right, we moved up to $39,000 today. There's some people I've been paying attention to is like $40,000 imminent. We'll see. Um, I where do I begin with this? Let me look something up on Twitter real quick as far as the things that I have been observing. Um, all right, let me get to that Bob Lucas question in a second, but let's see econometrics on chain data. So, oh gosh. All right, my computer's trying to handle several things at the same time. So econometrics, give it to me. That's what I want. All right. So econometrics shared a chart recently. Let's wait for it to load. Where is it? Is it this one? Nope. Here we go. Here we go. So this is big. So the smallest wallet holders, this is the thing I'm looking at, this bar thing with different cohorts. If you can see that, let me actually open the image in a new tab and zoom in on it. So yeah, wow, that's really zoomed in. All right, so yellow and red on this chart, orange and red are good, light blue and dark blue are bad. So here's the deal. Smallest wallets less than 1 Bitcoin, 1 to 10 Bitcoin. They've just been slowly but surely adding to their stacks over the last month. Those with 1 to 10 Bitcoin, slightly distributed, not a ton, like very minor distribution. The medium-sized whales have been just pretty much mildly distributing over the last month or so. Let me see the dates here. Yeah, January 17th. So over the last month or so, they've been distributing. But then the biggest whales, when Bitcoin got down to $42,000 the first time and then went down into the 30s, they stacked like crazy. They stacked really hard. And then they stopped stacking. And you could feel that because we tried breaking through $45,000 on 3 separate occasions and we just couldn't do it. And why is that? You know, the whales stopped stacking. They just kind of turned neutral. Whereas like, you know, smaller whales, big fish for sure, but they had been distributing, so we went right back down. We completely ran out of momentum as soon as we hit the first area of resistance that I called for, which was $45,000. And so I think what needs to happen, we have the 21-week EMA really close to that $45,000 range. I want to see no, I don't want to see this. I would love to see us break through it sooner than this. But what I expect to happen is over the next few weeks, we will see that 21-week EMA go down below $45,000, that $45,000 resistance. And at some point, we're going to break through the 21-week EMA. It's obviously not going to go down forever. We're going to break through and hold it as support. And that's going to inject a certain amount of confidence from a numbers perspective that maybe we can climb higher from there. And so it'll probably take 3 or 4 weeks for the 21-week EMA to go below $45,000. Let's say it goes to like 41, 42, 40, maybe 43, something like that. We shoot past 43, turn the 21-week EMA into support, and then I think we'll be able to break through $45,000. But that's weeks, you know, that's weeks from now. And so over the next few weeks, I'm definitely neutral. I'm not expecting anything significant to happen as far as breaking through those levels, breaking through $45,000 at least until you know, for Q1, I don't think anything significant is going to happen. With Bitcoin under 45,000 or under $40,000, I am generally bullish. I see no reason for us to go down to the 20s. You know, maybe a wick down there, but I don't see a compelling case to be made. You know, there's somebody on my Twitter account yesterday commenting, saying about how I need to wake up because Bitcoin's obviously going down to the 200-week simple moving average. It's like he learned. I've been talking about the 200-week simple moving average for months now. And it's like he just learned about it. And so now I have to wake up because he just learned about the 200-week simple moving average and how we always hold that as support. We've never had a monthly close below there. And so he's saying, "Oh yeah, we're obviously going to go down to there." I mean, look at and anytime a noob says what obviously has to happen, I just tend to believe the opposite. So anyway, I'd love to know if you've heard of Bob Lucas. He's a big 4-year cycle guy, and I know you like the extended cycle idea. I'd give him a listen. He's very interesting. Okay, Devin, I have heard of Bob Lucas. He's a big 4-year cycle guy. I am curious to know what that means because I fully believe in 4-year cycles, and I don't know if I would say that I like the extended cycle idea. Actually, I've never heard anyone say this, but I might be more of a shortening cycles guy. It's like with Bitcoin, we all knew it was coming. We all knew that the price was going to explode. We knew generally around when Bitcoin was going to cross its all-time high from the 2017 peak, and it happened, and we all piled on expecting it to explode, and then we peaked prematurely. Like if we didn't know what was coming, we probably would have had a 2017 style run where we just gradually climbed throughout the year and then peaked at a higher price than $64,900, which is where we peaked on April 14th, and probably peaked in six figures at the end of the year. And then we would have gone on and gone to the bear market. But instead we have this confusing time where it's like, okay, we didn't go so high, so we're probably not going to go so low. And we're going to, in my opinion, $30,000 a weekly close. I've leaned strongly towards this idea that we're not going to have a weekly close below there. So am I a big 4-year cycle? Or, well, I would say I'm a big 4-year cycle guy. Yeah, but I'd love to hear his thoughts as well. Did you supercharge? Hey, what's up, Sambo? All right, Richard, did you supercharge your Crow to get Bitcoin this month? I don't know. Oh, I'm assuming, is that something on the crypto.com app? Because I haven't seen anything about that. I have no idea what that is. So I want to invest 1K on XRP. Should I get in now or wait for a lower dip? Should I buy now or wait for the dip? Hey, before you die, this is me 30 years from now. Hey, before you die, should I buy now or wait for the dip? You know what? I mean, you should buy some now, but you should, I think, let's just say this hypothesis of mine is going to play out where Bitcoin is just going to range between $35,000 and $45,000 for at least another month. Then I would say wait for the dip. So yeah. What is more likely, Bitcoin to go to 24 or 46K? I would say 46, definitely. Definitely that, in my opinion, it's more likely. I'm not saying definitely that's going to happen, but I know so many people are convinced that Bitcoin's going to do something that it's never done before. And I would assign it like, meaning that we're going to go back down to the previous cycle top. It's never happened before. And I would expect that to happen one day, but I just don't think it's going to happen this cycle. I'd say it's like a 10% chance that it's going to happen this cycle. So let's see. Does Voyager send you 1099 for tax return? I'm new to Voyager, need help. They should send you something. I don't know what in particular. They sent me something, but I think it was for like the referrals, but I don't know about what kind of documentation they send you. It depends. All right. It depends on, I think it depends on, like, I'm assuming you sold some crypto in 2021. Yeah, I'm doing my, sorry. Hey, KPS, how about this? Ask me that question next week because I have to do my taxes for 2021 before the end of February. I'm dreading it, but I'm going to get it done. And so here we go. Smash up that like button. Only 3 likes. Come on, guys. I'm just messing. I'm never going to be one of those guys. But yeah, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. All right. My bad for misunderstanding your words. And I've been listening to his few vids a lot, and they're pretty interesting. I mean, my views are evolving, Devin. It's not one of those things where it's like, well, here's the deal. In November, when I started realizing, oh, wait, we're not peaking in December, I made a video on lengthening cycles. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, the cycle peaked in May. I know that we had a higher price in November, but the cycle peaked in May by all of the energy, everything that's been put into all of this new energy coming into crypto, new entities, active entities. The peak was in April, and for all of crypto, and then we've been in a bear market ever since. But that's looking at it from one metric. If we're going to look at it from price, then yes, I do believe that we will go higher before the next halving in 2024. And so I know those extended cycles, people are going to be patting themselves on the back saying, look at me, look at how right I was. And I would argue, actually, no, you were wrong. You were more wrong than the people who thought it was going to peak in December. Dollar amount does not tell the whole story. So, all right, my wife wants to buy a few hundred of DOT for long-term hold. What is your thoughts? If you hold it long-term, that was a great time. My goodness, yeah. So Polkadot got down as low as $10 in July, and now it's at $16. Polkadot is very consistent in one regard. It dumps very hard when the market dumps, and then at least goes back up to its all-time high. But when during bullish times, so I mean, if you hold it until at least the next cycle, we should see a couple $100, $100, $200 Polkadot, at least $100. So you buy it at $16. It's like, yeah. Sounds good. One thing I will say though is that everything I'm talking about right now, if Bitcoin ranges between $35,000 and $45,000, which I think in general is going to be where Bitcoin is over the next month, then Polkadot will go lower. And guys, I realized something yesterday, because I was perplexed about something. Looking at Bitcoin's dominance here, you can see it's 41.01%. And I shared this in my podcast yesterday, because doesn't it feel like altcoins are bleeding, that they're pretty much hemorrhaging while Bitcoin is just staying around the same price? So altcoins are, and yet Bitcoin's dominance is just hanging around the lower 40s. I don't remember the last time it's been in the mid 40s or upper 40s or even in the 30s. It's just hanging around 41%. And why is that? Even though Solana has lost 65, 66% of its value, something like that, from its peak. Luna's lost 40% from its peak. That's not a good example. Polkadot's lost more than about 75%. Cardano's lost about 75%. XRP is not doing all that bad, but you've got much bigger losses in these major cryptocurrencies. Crypto.com has lost much more than 50%, and yet Bitcoin's dominance is staying the same. And that's because of stablecoins. Stablecoins, in my opinion, it's like I want to get on a crusade about this. Stablecoins should not count in dominance. They should not count when we're trying to figure out Bitcoin's dominance. I will fight to the death on that. They absolutely should not count. But 41% is with stable coins included. There's plenty of platforms where if I sell a cryptocurrency, my only option is to convert it to a stable coin. I can't even convert it to just regular dollars. I have to convert it to a stable coin. And so that's what people are doing. And why wouldn't you? You can, on BlockFi, I get my 8% annual returns in stable coins while I'm waiting with that dry powder to put it back in. It's like, of course I'm going to convert it to stable coins. And that's factoring into Bitcoin's dominance, and stable coin dominance is at a high right now. It's at 5%. Which that's another metric that I'll talk about maybe in a TikTok or something. But when stablecoin dominance reaches 5%, that's that has historically been a bottoming point. Now, I do expect stablecoins to increase very much so over the years. Maybe one day stablecoin dominance will be 20%. So I'm not saying that we've bottomed out, but that is historically a bottoming out signal when stablecoin dominance gets to 5%. So I'd say now in general is a good time to buy for Bitcoin and Ethereum, because Ethereum's hanging with Bitcoin. They're both just kind of going in the same direction, same percentage drop, nothing crazy. So I don't think I'll be buying alts this dip. The strength of alts are way too weak now compared to Bitcoin. Enrique, I completely agree with you on that. Very much so. Yeah. I want to wait for something. The market is people are very confused right now. It's funny. I don't feel all that confused, but people seem to be, and I'm including so-called influencers in this, they seem to be very confused right now. I've been saying since December, the moment I turned from bullish to crabbish, December 2nd, I've been saying I'm not expecting anything extraordinary to happen during for the time being, and when I change my mind on that, I'll let you all know. But I've been saying consistently the first half of 2022, I'm just not expecting anything dramatic to happen apart from some kind of a catalyst. So far so good. I mean, yeah, man, did I call that $69,000 top? Absolutely not. I fully admit that. But like when I shifted hard. And here we are. It doesn't seem all that confusing to me. People are so convinced, or not convinced, like the so-called influencers are confused. They're not sure where things are going. The people in their Twitter comments are very convinced where we're going, and most of them are convinced, with adamant, we've got to go down to $20,000 to the teens. And I'm like, if I were a betting man, I would bet on the opposite of that. Should I sell altcoins or hold them for long term? AZ Corpse Crew, how much are your alts down? It depends on the altcoin. Honestly, microcaps, I would just be done with microcaps, because, and here's the deal, there's no guarantee that we're ever going to have a traditional alt season anymore, like, and ever again. A traditional alt season being like, here's all right. I've been processing this. So many people got burned by like so many cryptos. A ton of alts peaked in February and March of 2021. And so people were kept on buying those, expecting them to have a second spike, and it never came, and they got burned. And I think what has to happen is that the expectation needs to shift to this idea where there's no guarantees that whatever altcoin you're holding is going to go 500x, and that the common investor, me and you, that we shift our mentalities to this idea where it's like, I'm sticking with the top 20 or top 50 or something like that. I'm sticking there because that's more of a guarantee that I'm going to make these huge returns. And so I know I haven't answered your question entirely right now, but what we saw over 2021 was this mentality of like, why would I buy Bitcoin or Ethereum? I'm only going to get a low X gain when I could buy such and such microcap that so-and-so is saying is going to get me a 100x. And then that thing never pumped. And so I think what has to happen over this year, over these coming couple of 3 years or so, is for the common mentality to shift back to, I am investing in projects that I think have solid fundamentals. I'm not chasing the 10x, because look at what happened last time. Some of these cryptos just never pumped. A lot of them never pumped. And so the branding has to change back to, there's zero guarantees. And it's actually stupid to buy that microcap. Yes, I'm just going to stick with that Freudian slip there. Microcap crypto. So should you sell those coins? You should probably just sell them. Yeah. But if you have something like, all right, Litecoin, I'm holding my Litecoin, zero interest in selling my Litecoin. And I'm very excited. Nothing's changed with my opinion on Litecoin, but something like Solana, I did talk about this in my video, not in my video, on my podcast. Solana, let me pull up the all-time chart because Solana is pretty new. So here's a perfect example of something that I would be concerned about if I was all in on a crypto like Solana, something that's had huge gains over the last year. Is okay. It peaked at 250, over 250. Right now it's at $87.94. Bitcoin on January 24th bottomed out at that's Solana. Bitcoin on January 24th bottomed out at $32,800. On January 24th, Solana was $94.72. Bitcoin went back up to $45,000. Solana went up to what, 100 something dollars, 116, something like that. And here we are, Bitcoin's at $37,800 as I'm speaking, and Solana is at $88. So, all right, Bitcoin went to $32,800. Solana went to $94. Bitcoin went up and then, lost about half of its gains, and Solana is even lower. Solana's bleeding in comparison to Bitcoin. And so should you sell Solana? I would no, because Solana is still a fantastic project. And, all my NFTs are Solana, not all of them. A lot of my NFTs are Solana based NFTs. And a lot of people are in this NFT space, and it's growing. And so they have to buy Solana to get in. So I don't think Solana is going to go to $30, but it is possible. It's possible that Solana could go to 30. That it really is. Now, I'm holding my Solana. I'm holding my NFTs. All I care about with my NFTs is if I'm going to flip them, that one Solana equals one Solana. And yeah, low Solana is good for the NFT space. Yeah. And so Solana goes down, my NFTs increase in value in terms of Solana. Solana goes up, my NFTs decrease in value in terms of Solana, but Solana's worth more. So anyway, it depends on the crypto. So I want to compare Solana to EOS or NEO, something like that. Solana, there's still, if you bought in December of 2020 for Solana at like $1.50, let's say $1.50, you're still up big time. You haven't sold any of it, which most people have sold. I know that, but you're still up huge. With EOS, so there, in other words, people could still realize profits. So most people selling Solana are realizing losses, but people could still realize profits of their Solana. It's crazy. EOS, compare Solana to EOS all time. I don't own any EOS, but EOS is right now at $2.17. Its bear market bottom price, let's see, December 7th of 2018 was $1.84. If I were to own EOS, I'd be like, you know what? I'm definitely not, zero chance I'm selling now. Or if I had a cryptocurrency like EOS with this kind of a chart, I'd be like, no, I'm going to hold on to it. There isn't, in my opinion, there really isn't much lower for EOS to go. Now it could die, but I don't think it's going to die. And, you got to make an honest examination for yourself. Does this random cryptocurrency that I have, does it have a future? Solana absolutely has a future. I don't really know enough about EOS to make a judgment as to whether it has a future, but in other words, it's a complicated answer. I sold I sold like 5% of my portfolio, and I'm sticking with it for the rest because, again, I don't think $69,000 was the peak. If I thought $69,000 was the peak, I'd probably have sold much more right now. But anyway, Bob Lucas was saying there's a cycle low around March 20th, and if we stay above 33K before then, there's a strong case for another run up and possibly blow off top to finish the cycle. I hope he's right. And yeah, blow off top is still on my radar. Because, all right, extended cycle, it would make sense to me that there is an extended cycle, that we're having a double peak like 2013, but I would again argue for shortened cycles, that it's so spread out from that May-April peak that it's like we're having two cycles within a bigger cycle. And so are we going to have another blow off top after a low on March 20th? It's possible. And what does even a blow off top look like? I expect six-figure Bitcoin, and I expect just diminishing returns don't diminish as aggressively as going from 1,300 to 20,000, and then 20,000 to 69,000. Diminishing returns on that in that regard would be more like an 8x from peak to peak at least. So we'll see, but I'll check them out more. Thoughts on VXV? So I own some VXV. I bought it. I bought in at $10. Never touched it after that. It went up to $20. Didn't sell a thing. Now it's down to what, $3 or $2? I saw that. I have no doubt. I have very little doubt that I've been this patient with VXV that I'm going to turn this. Oh, $2.10. Wow. I'm going to turn this into profits. It's just a matter of when. And VXV, everything that I've been saying about altcoins, VXV has utility. It has a future. I'm not worried about VXV dying or anything like that. It's just how low can it go? VXV is very new. It can go much lower. So let me see. I don't know its initial launch prices. So yeah, 13 cents, 20, it can go lower for sure. How low and when does it go that low? Who knows? But it does look like it's continuing to bleed, but I mean, it looks like there's some bottoming formation there. I definitely would not sell at $2.07. No way. So, yeah. What about AMP? AMP fundamentally, I have no doubts about AMP. Price wise, I have no idea. AMP will be worth much more one day than where it is now. 2.6 cents. It's actually holding up somewhat decently. And I bought in at 6 cents. It's now down to 2.6 cents. I mean, I would say this right here, the early 2021 price point of 2 cents, that's probably a level of support that it would be unlikely to break through. I just can't really see it going back to what, half of a cent as it was in December of 2020. So we'll see about that. Crow, no worries at all about Crow. I have a lot of Crow. That's one of my top 5 biggest holdings. I'm farming. I have a Crow Bitcoin farm. Zero concerns about Crow. I will gladly continue to hold Crow. Why is Quant not bleeding like the rest of the alts? And Crypto.com's NFT platform, they're doing it very well. Now, I like other NFT platforms more, but as far as like partnerships with artists is concerned, oh man, they're doing such a great job with that. So Quant, I mean, why is Quant not bleeding like the rest of the alts? It did. I mean, look at that chart. It certainly did. Is it done bleeding like the rest of the alts? So, all right, yeah, you compare that to Solana. Quant on January 26th or on January 24th was 103, and that's when Bitcoin bottomed out. And now it's at 111. So that's a great look for Quant. It did get up to 146 or something like that. So yeah, maybe what I think is going on with Quant is that it's much more oversold than Solana is, and then a lot of other alts. Like we saw huge spikes and then lots of profit taking. And then now what? I think it's time. I think people identified sub $100 Quant as a fantastic buying point, and maybe that's it. Otherwise, I'd see this range here as like the next level of support here, the 70s, mid 70s, something like that. So if that doesn't hold, then we'll go back to the 40s. And I would be shocked if Quant went lower than $40. I mean, I'd be pretty surprised if Quant went down to $40, period. So yes, let me check on my NFT. I bought this for 9 Solana, and now it's at 14.88. I have a listing at 16.49. Is it? Yeah. Is that one? I don't remember. I think this one. Yeah, this one with the Einstein statue. That's my quantum trader, and so that'll be a nice flip. 9 Solana to 16.49. I have too much of a hodling mentality with NFTs. I need to break out of that mindset, which I think the question that would beg some kind of a question is like, so what do you mean? Is it a Ponzi scheme? Some of it's pumping and dumping, but there's other ones. I made a video about Enviro. And there's some of these that I'm never gonna sell, or maybe never gonna sell. And Viro is up on that list. I think that the utility I could do very well with just holding on to it. And then Meta Drago. Here's another one that I'm never going to sell because it gives me access to my DAO. So floor price at 8.8. All right. All right. So this is my DAO. I'm going to make a TikTok at some point talking about my DAO. The benefits are amazing. I'll show you around a little bit real quick so you can see why it is essential if you want to buy NFTs to be a part of a DAO. Oh man, come on, hurry up and load, please. So, and join my Discord as well. There's a link to it on World War Bitcoin info. So join that. But MetaDrago DAO. So we've got general chat, VIP chat. We have free whitelist spots. I don't do this very much. It's just too much of a grind for me. But you can get in on whitelist. You don't have to like sell a kidney to get in on a whitelist. You just, people create NFT projects and they'll get in on, they'll want to just get that easy early exposure. So they'll contact my DAO and reach out to us. Hey, I'll give you 20 NFT whitelist spots. I'll give you 80 whitelist spots. So you can get in early on that. Just tons and tons of whitelist spots. But there's so much more. Let's see, DYOR, people who have established themselves as proven winners, I guess you could call them. They'll provide awesome research on different NFT projects, and they'll talk about, most of them are, what am I thinking here? A lot of them have really good utility. And so that's the thing. I read all of this. I read this research. So there's that. There's a sniping tool. Now this one's really interesting here. So I can see it gives me access to, all right, Yokoido Crew. I've never owned one of these NFTs, but you can see the rank of as far as rarity is concerned, and then the price. So this 29th ranked Yokoido Crew NFT is selling for 2.8 Solana, which seems like a very good deal in comparison to everything else. I wouldn't be surprised if this one had already sold. So it's not my Discord, Smoke Sun. Hey, what's up, Crypto Mind Tricks? It is it's a Discord that I'm in, but I do have a Discord. So this one is the 6th most rarest Yokoido Crew, anyway, 6th rarest Yokoido Crew NFT, selling for 2.8 Solana. If this had, I'm sure it already sold, but if it hasn't sold, I could buy that and list it for 5 Solana, and then probably sell it within a week or two. So nice flip there. There's other things as well. You can see what the whales are buying, which is really, really helpful in understanding, like, all right, these are the ones who are, you follow the whales, always follow the whales. What are they doing? Rarity checker. You can, if you own an NFT and you want to see how rare it is, it'll show you. So, all right, this person checked out rarity 362 wise cats. Never heard of them, but that one is ranked number 20 in rarity. New mint detector. So anything that gets minted on, at least for Solana NFTs, it'll show you right away. You can get in really early. So anyway, all right. So a link to my Discord. You're going to probably have to copy the link here, but let's see. I'll do an invite. So Magic Eden is where we can buy NFTs. For Solana NFTs, Magic Eden is where it's at. Yeah. So yes. And then, yeah, my Discord, I'll click invite people. I hope this doesn't, whatever, I'll figure it out. I hope it doesn't invalidate my other Discord link. Let me post it in the chat. You're probably just gonna have to copy and paste it. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Devin, Crypto Mind Tricks would love to have you in there. But yeah, I started a couple weeks ago. Not super active. I'd love to get it up to more users, but more people involved. But this is like, it's never been more dead than this. My my TikTok following, I used to grow several thousand followers a week. I've been at 108,000 for 3 months now. And my YouTube channel is not growing. Twitter's growing for some reason, but yeah, it's been more of a grind. And it's just nobody cared. People really don't care all that much right now about crypto. And those of you who are in this live stream, it's like you have an upper hand on those people because like you're following it. You're going to be in it at the right time. They're going to be the ones buying when Bitcoin at $70,000 or whatever, and Ethereum at $5,000. And you're I don't know. You're going to be you are going to make it. They are not. I hate to say it like that, but when there's 1,000 people on my live streams on TikTok, it's like 90% of those people are not going to make it. But when there's 25 people on my YouTube live stream, it's like you are more likely to make it because you have the right perspective. So bear market or algorithm change, definitely bear market. Definitely. Zero doubt in my mind. So, all right, Crypto Mind Tricks just joined the Discord. All right, I want to see it. What do we got here? Oh, there's Josh G. Copiosa. You just joined earlier. Here we go. Chief 980, welcome. Smoke Sun, welcome. Crypto Mind Tricks, welcome to the Discord. Yeah, what NFT Discord were you talking about earlier? MetaDrago. So the way that you gain access to this Discord, they're going to do a new mint that will give you very good access, and it's going to be much lower the price. I think it's going to be like the new mint's going to be 1 Solana or something like that. But MetaDrago, to gain access to the Discord, you need one of these NFTs. But then with the new mint, you'll get most of the features. You won't get the VIP room features, which really, as long as you have access to like the mint detector, the snipes, the do your own research channel, and then Meta Alpha, that's just the community talking about different things. And I've really learned this is where I get a lot of education as I'm just learning more and more about what people are talking about. Occasionally I will ask questions and people will answer those questions. And so, yeah, I mean, man, so I'm hesitant to advertise this because look at that listed count, only 32 out of 999 people are holding this because they want access to the Discord. But if I advertise this, then if that video, if I made a TikTok advertising this and 10 people from that TikTok, only 10 people, got 10,000 views and only 10 people bought, that would push up the floor to push it up to 11 Solana. There'd be 22 left. So 11 Solana. And then people would get, people who own some would start selling theirs again. And the floor price would drop right back down. And I'd definitely feel bad for people who bought at 11 Solana as the floor price just dropped right back down. So yeah, let's see. Did you talk ADA already? That's another one. If you were here for when I talked, oh, sorry, let's see. How long have you had your Discord? Like a week. So yeah, it's very new. I'm no longer intimidated by Discord. I'm able to navigate it finally. So let's see. Did you talk ADA already? So Cardano keeps dropping. It's down 75%. Now, I think Cardano, or at least it was at 75% lower from its peak. So let's look at Cardano all time. because, all right, it peaked a little over $1 in 2018 at let's just say $1.12. And then it dropped down all the way at one point to 1.9 cents at sometime. I don't remember when. It did go to 1.9 cents at one time, but it did flatline pretty much. So Cardano lost what, like 98% of its value from the peak in 2018 to the bear market bottom. What was it at before then? It was at 2 cents. All right. So went pretty much right down to where it was before it went to the stratosphere. So is Cardano going to lose? Let's just say, I don't think $3 was the peak for this cycle. Well, for Cardano, maybe it was. Oh man, that's a tough one. Maybe it was. Even if Bitcoin, like I could see Bitcoin, if Bitcoin went to $100,000, that Cardano would go right back to $3 or something like that, and then not go higher than there. But will it lose 98%? Let's say $69,000 was the peak, and Cardano peaked at $3. Will Cardano lose 98% of its value this time around? I'd say it's pretty much a 0% chance. Because of staking. Cardano was a new thing. It was a novelty back then. But right now, because of staking, that incentivizes people to hold and not sell their positions. So I've always pictured Cardano as going down about 70% from its peak to its bear market bottom. So right now, it peaked at $3. It's down to 92 cents. I think it got down to in the 80s, 85 cents. Let's see. Yeah, 90 cents would be a 70% drop. And so maybe it'll go down to 80%, an 80% drop. Maybe it'll go down even 85%, whatever that floor is. We're pretty close to the floor. And so I would have zero interest, at least in my opinion. I would have zero interest in selling my Cardano right now. So let's see. So crazy that the market dips. Your live streams dips so much. Oh yeah. People don't have fortitude. I mean, all right, it's mostly a TikTok audience, All right, Rafi, what's going on in Canada? The Canadian truckers, there's that protest. Some of them are racist. And so therefore, you are entitled to do whatever you want to a racist. And I'm mixed black and white. I've experienced a ton of racism in my life, but I do not believe that that's true, that what I just said is a true statement. I don't care if they're the most despicable racists in all of existence, honestly. I mean, they're not. But because they have this label applied to them, racist, it's like throw every right out the window. And okay, you know what? That's a slippery slope in my opinion, because at some point, well, I mean, first of all, I have friends I have two friends who are college professors. I'm not going to talk about this that long. I'm sorry. I have two friends who are college professors who are not progressive liberals. And because they offer a few different ideas, they have been given every label that you could imagine. Homophobic, anti-women, racist. Neither of them have ever said a single racist thing, but because they've been given the label racist, it's like now they're monsters that you don't want to associate with ever. And I'm tired of it. And so, use this tactic on people who aren't actually racists. And then you are entitled to take to freeze their bank accounts, to do whatever. And that's what's going on in Canada. They're freezing bank accounts of Canadian truckers, or at least of these protesters who are not all whatever. All right, not getting into that. But they've frozen bank accounts, and they've frozen bank accounts of people who've donated to this freedom movement, whatever it's called. And so there's plenty of people commenting on, how dare you, Alex? How dare you support race? I don't support. support racists. Get out of here, man. So enough of that. All right, Alex, when people say stuff like one Solana is one Solana, what do they mean by that? This is the mindset of people in my DAO. They only care about buying some of, not all of them. Like there's legitimately people in this DAO who don't own any crypto. All they own is NFTs. And all they care about is buying an NFT for, let's just say, 1 Solana and then flipping that into 2 or 3 Solana, or buying an NFT for 5 Solana and flipping it to 10 Solana. If Solana went to $20 tomorrow, all that they would care about is flipping an NFT from 10 Solana to 20 Solana or whatever. And so they actually get really excited when crypto prices go down because they know that there's an inverse relationship between their crypto, their NFTs and crypto prices. If crypto prices go down, NFTs will pop. And so that's what, so in their heads, it's like, I want to multiply my Solana so that I can get more NFTs and turn that into more Solana. So one Solana equals 1 Solana. Here we go again. Going to put my Discord link in the chat. There we go. All right. Bull or bear? All right, sorry, H-bar. Bull or bear? While Bitcoin's in the 30s, I will be bullish. I'm not a bear in the sense that I don't think we're going to 20K or the 20s. But I just see a lot of resistance ahead. Jessica, look at all that resistance. I've said so many times $45,000 was going to be heavy resistance, and it was. And then above that, there's so much resistance that it's going to take a while. So I guess I'm a crab. But all right, H-bar. I got about 10 more minutes before I got to go. I got some stuff to do today, stuff with my business. Inflation's killing my business, so I'm restructuring everything. H-bar. So H-bar, H-bar is a slow mover, up or down. I love H-bar. Long-term hold. I will always own some H-bar. Not worried about it. But why is this chart not loading? Let me, I guess, read some more comments while we wait for this chart to load. I dropped a screenshot of the Bob Lucas Bear Bull outlook in the analysis section of your Discord. Love to hear your opinion on it. Okay. I guess H-bar is not in the cards. The thing that I'll say about H-bar, it's certainly a hold. Everything that I said about altcoins bleeding while Bitcoin ranges, H-bar is a hold. So let's take a look. Yeah, let's freeze Trudeau's bank account. I'm so offended. I'm being facetious. I'm so offended that he let's see, DJ. Yeah. I'm so offended that he put on blackface. I'm not at all offended by that. The biggest problem with the biggest problem with racism right now is people of other races who get offended for Black people or for other minorities. When Black people, like if I were to make a joke that a Black joke, most Black people would probably laugh. They'd probably die laughing at it. But some random white person who's got to save the day would be offended and be offended for Black people, and then tell the Black people, hey, Black people, you are supposed to be offended by this. And that's happened to me before. Like and especially on what I'll do on Facebook. If I get into some argument on Facebook, I'll click on their profile, and 100 times out of 100, I will see that they don't have any Black friends. If you are a white person, I'm just gonna say for the white people now, if you are a white person who doesn't have any Black friends, the best thing that you can do to prevent racism in the United States, at least, is to never talk about it. Because if you open your mouth, you're just going to make things worse. So, all right, I am behind here. What's the government doing for Canadian crypto? I heard they're taxing high and stuff as well. Oh, I don't know anything about that. But let's see, 100% agree, dude, if you don't want to spend much involvement in that conversation. But yes, I do agree with you 100%. Doesn't matter what race you are. Yes, yes. Okay, so here's the most bearish outlook and the most bullish outlook. Let's see. Man, I hope Bob Lucas is right. Sorry, it's blurry. The picture's a little small. So, oh wow, that's going until 2024. So if I understand this correctly, I mean he thinks, all right, we're gonna okay, all right, I see what we're saying here. So bottoming out at what is that? Like lower 30s, it looks like it's so blurry, but lower 30s, a bottoming out there. Yeah, about maybe, yeah. Yeah, I could totally see that. That's the worst case scenario. Bottom would be when, oh man, that would be miserable. It would be torture. But the low point would be like January of 2023. His bullish scenario has Bitcoin peaking at $100,000 in the middle of 2022, going down to what was that, about $50,000, which I think the 200-week simple moving average would be that would be around where the 200-week simple moving average would be. So we'd probably like touch the 200-week simple moving average, and then that would be it. That would be the best time to buy. Except now the price is lower than where it would be then, and then we shoot higher. Reach new heights. I like it. I do like it. Yeah. So we'll see. All right. I am going to all lives matter. Okay. Hey, what's up, Eric Davidson? I am doing well. I hope you're well. Canada has a 50% tax on capital gains. Yeah, don't fall for cancel culture. Yes. Okay, so I did not realize it was that heavy, but wow, 50%. Good explanation. You're welcome. Do you have any suggestions on what to buy? Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm serious. I'm telling you, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Best crypto to stake. So I do like the farm that I have, crypto.com Bitcoin pair on the crypto.com DeFi platform. I would check them out. Beefy.finance. There's other options there too. So all eyes. Okay, that's the facts. It's always the white people. All right. Slice of butter. I mean, so like, all right, everyone's racist, but all right, Lee, that's my point. Everyone's racist. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, everything that I just said about white people, that's kind of racist of me to say it. I fully admit that. But yeah, subtle racism, biggest problem in society. John Thompson, isn't that Georgetown coach? Yeah, man, I'm already a fan. So same name as the Georgetown coach, rest in peace. But John Thompson, hello, John Thompson. Musa, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, I have a lot of things to do today, so I am going to run. It is not racist. You are white. Okay, I'm mixed black and white. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, I know. So I know that your dad is named John Thompson, and when I saw that it said John Thompson, I was like, hey, yeah, that's the Georgetown coach. So thank you, Devin Jet. Yeah, I'm going to work on my business. Going to work on some other things. So thank you, Crypto Mind Tricks. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.